Hi, my name is Michael Seiler, and I'm here to give you a high-level overview of a study that was recently published in the Journal of Behavioral and Experimental Finance. And the title of the paper is Understanding the Prevalence and Implications of Homeowner Money Illusion. So first, let me define what money illusion is. Money illusion is the tendency to think in nominal as opposed to real terms. So what does that mean? That just means people tend to not focus on inflation, which is very relevant. Let me give you an example. Let's say that Adam buys a house for $100,000, and over the course of the next year, that home goes up in value to $120,000. So in nominal terms, he has a 20% gain. However, at the same time, inflation has been 30% over that year. So in terms of actual purchasing power, he has lost purchasing power. Now, let's take Bob. Bob, in a different economic environment, he buys a home that's also $100,000. And over the course of the year, it does not change in value. He has no nominal gain whatsoever, a 0% return. At the same time, inflation also has not changed at all. So in that example, Bob has just as much purchasing power at time 0 than he does in time 1. So then the question is, if you ask people who is better off, most people are going to say that Adam is better off because he has a nominal gain in his home price. But Adam is not better off. He's only better off if you ignore inflation, which of course inflation should not be ignored. So the correct answer is that Bob is better off. So that's money illusion. Now, why do we care? Well, we care because several studies have pointed out that our recent housing bubble was due in some part to money illusion. So the question then becomes, why do people suffer money illusion, and can we do anything about it to change this suffering? So one example of why people might suffer from money illusion, well, in the U.S., we have traditionally had a very stable economic environment. I know that's not true recently, and that's why we've had a housing bubble, but historically speaking, it's been relatively stable. So the correlation between nominal and real prices is quite high, and not thinking in terms of real money has not been a problem. It's only been a problem recently. So that's one reason. Another reason why people might suffer from money illusion is because we have cognitive limitations. So I know that some people think we're all highly functioning, rational human beings, but a lot of times out of historical convenience, we just sweep things under the rug. If we haven't had to think about inflation, then we tend not to think about inflation, even when a time comes when we need to start thinking about inflation. So that's the idea behind the study. So the question then becomes, what can we do, if anything, to stop people from suffering from money illusion? And I attacked it from a homeowner money illusion perspective. So we took 1,845 folks. We did a web-based series of experiments, which has many benefits, although some cons as well. These are folks from all across the country, and we walked them through experience and tested a number of hypotheses. One of the main things that we found is that people widely suffer from homeowner money illusion. The second thing we found is that this is true in both up and down markets. And most importantly, we found that there is a way to not remove homeowner money illusion, but to somewhat mitigate it. And so here's a very, very simple thing that you can do. If you simply ask somebody who is happier between Adam and Bob in my analogy, if you say who is happier, then people are going to think more in what we call affective terms. That means they're going to use a System 1 emotional type response, and they're going to answer your question, and they're tending to answer it based on this less rational form. If, however, you ask the question specifically, who is better off in economic terms, that sends a trigger off in their mind to consider things like inflation, and then they will give you that more rational System 2 answer. So that is a very quick summary of our study. If you'd like to know more about it, please check our website. Thank you.